Dr. Simon Stewart was one of the central figures in developing the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species.
It tells us how threatened a species is, what its risk of extinction is.
The Red List is regarded as the most objective and reliable source of data on the extinction risk of species. 2020 Blue Planet Prize winner Dr. Simon Stewart. Stewart was born in 1956 in the West Midlands of England.
In those days, parents were much less worried about their kids, I think, and it gave us, I guess, a big sense of independence. And we certainly knew the area around us, and we knew the countryside. We knew all the different habitats.
Encountering a teacher with a broad knowledge of wildlife at secondary school greatly changed Stewart's life. Thanks to his teacher's introduction, he stayed 1 year in Tanzania, where Dame Jane Goodall, the leading authority on chimpanzees, lived. The days he spent there interacting with nature determined his future research career.
I applied to go to Cambridge to study biology, and the courses I did there set me on much more of a conservation course.
As his university fieldwork, Stewart stayed in the mountains of eastern Tanzania for 3 years, collecting data on birds. He discovered that even in areas near the equator that are hot all year round, birds change their habitat according to the season.
And what that meant was it was no good conserving all the forests at the top and thinking everything would be all right if you lost the forest below, because you needed all the altitudes of forest for everything to survive.
After graduation, Stewart joined the IUCN, a global network working in the field of nature conservation. He became a member of the team formed to establish new categories and criteria for the scientifically reliable Red List of Threatened Species. Through a huge amount of research and discussions with experts on many different creatures, carried out over 5 years, the team at last completed the new Red List in 1994. Based on scientific grounds that can be applied to all forms of wildlife, the categories and criteria help to produce the most reliable source of data on the extinction risk of species. Moreover, Stewart conceived and launched a new project, the Global Amphibian Assessment. Amphibians are particularly sensitive to changes in both land and water environments.
We worked with 550 amphibian experts from all across the world, and we looked at all 5,743 amphibian species that were known at the time. And that produced the finding that about a third of them were threatened.
Now retired from the IUCN, Stewart's passion for wildlife never ceases. Today he's working with Synchronicity Earth, a conservation charity funded by a hedge fund in London.
Are there ways in which we could recalibrate our world with nature and have a perhaps gentler and more compassionate world than we have at the moment, but that we have to work together, we have to treat each other as human beings? Then that would be a good step forwards, wouldn't it?